Our Region's Business is sponsored by PNC for the Achiever in You. Welcome to Our Region's Business with your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, we're on location at the Energy Innovation Center, which is under construction between downtown Pittsburgh and the Hill District, just across the street from the site of the former Civic Arena. We're here with a focus on manufacturing today and tomorrow in the Pittsburgh region. We'll meet startups that are building better batteries and wind energy systems, and we'll meet established manufacturers like Calgon Carbon and PPG Industries that have called our region home for decades. But first, the Energy Innovation Center. The EIC is under construction in the former Connelley Trade School, a massive structure with a commanding view of downtown Pittsburgh and the North Hills. The center is all about workforce development, training workers for jobs in energy and manufacturing that are being created and need to be filled throughout the region, coupled with research and development around energy and sustainable technology development. Bob Meeder is president and CEO of the Energy Innovation Center Institute, and welcome and thanks for hosting us today.
Oh, it's great to have you with us.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I think unless somebody comes inside this old building, it's hard to appreciate the sheer scale of the facility, and I guess in some ways the ambition of what you're trying to do here. So what exactly is the Energy Innovation Center all about?
Well, first of all, it's dedicated to sort of bring this facility back to the future. At one time, it had 28 different vocational shops. It had as many as 1,700 students a year. And upon graduation, 2/3 of those students had jobs with local companies. Then our parents and our counselors for 2 generations talked those kids out of going to the trades and going to college, and the trades eroded. So the school started to just scale down to the point of being empty. So we took it on. We're taking the building and we're bringing it back to 1932 historical standards as a complete historic preservation. It's being built to LEED Platinum standards. We have one of the highest LEED Platinum scores in the country right now for a renovated building, and we're bringing back careers. We're estimating at least 31 different careers. And in the building, we've infused 132 companies' products from this region so that we're training off of their products, their technologies, to their job demands, and the job demands are critical.
Yeah, I mean, what's really happening? What's driving this demand? I mean, clearly there didn't seem to be any market for this kind of training for many, many years, and now all of a sudden everything old is new again. So what's driving the demand these days?
Well, I think number one, the baby boomers' retirement. Typically the careers that we've been working with companies, they regularly express that the average age of their worker is about somewhere between 53 and 58. So when you look up and see that there's not a pipeline of workers coming behind that, I think all of a sudden it's a critical demand, not just in Pittsburgh, but probably throughout the United States.
Well, and these are pretty good jobs by today's standards.
Yes, starting wages typically with a short amount of training are $15 an hour and up. The jobs quickly grow into $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year occupations. And the other thing is they're no longer track B. They're really merged in that you can take these careers and work your way from an entry-level position to a PhD if you want to in these fields.
So a campus for training, but also some real innovation and research going on here as well eventually?
Yes, we're designing 28 stations within the building for commercialization, entrepreneur incubation. And all of the research, the test products, validate new products, continue to add and plug and play the technologies. That's what this building's all about.
You know, there's been some concern in our region. We've done so well in recent years in rebuilding the regional economy. We're concerned that not everybody who lives here is plugged into this, has the opportunity to get this kind of training, really get that kind of economic opportunity. You're right across the street. Actually, you're part of the lower hill, right across the street from the Hill District. Is there going to be an effort to really plug in some of the more disadvantaged communities and individuals into what's happening here?
It's a priority. I mean, obviously, as you said, we're sitting in an historical site at the base of the hill. We're surrounded by 7 neighborhoods that are socially and economically disenfranchised. So we're taking a very proactive role in all of the training activity to make sure it's diversified, that represents the neighborhoods that surround us, as well as region and nationally. So we've started training already. We have some 35, 40 students in the first training class, jobs at the end, and the enrollment has been about 60–70% from the local 7 neighborhoods.
That's really terrific. If you want to find out more, get involved, get some training, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, well, website eicpittsburgh.org. Our staff, we have a small staff, 5 to 7 people here usually every day, and we welcome people to just come in and ask for a tour, begin to sit down with our education director and talk about training.
Wow, really exciting. Bob Meeder from the Energy Innovation Center. Congratulations on how far you've come, and good luck going into the future.
We have a great team.
I appreciate it. Next up, we'll meet the new face of manufacturing in our region, and yes, those companies are looking for a few good men and women to help make it all happen. Stay with us.